I wanted to talk to you. If you came up with $300 within the next 24 hours, I would give you these Lamborghini Huracan keys. Most people will do whatever it takes to get it. But when we're talking about giving people the keys to their actual freedom, they're not really willing to spend anything on it. Why? Because they are unsure about their freedom, but they're more sure about materialistic things. You gotta be willing to try something different in order for you to have some true difference in your life. But it takes that first step. It takes that first step outside of the familiar zone, right? Not just a comfort zone, because there's nothing comfortable about living a shitty life. It's about leaving your familiar zone. Most people are familiar with having a shitty situation or situation. You gotta be willing to boss up. You know, I hate to tell you this, but I wish they told me this a long time ago, right? That in order for you to have the life you want, you have to become your own boss. It's the only way to do it, right? Very few people are qualified to have a 6-figure plus career, 7-figure career in the generic workforce, right? But if you really want that high-end life, you have to start a business, or you have to learn how to invest, or mix both. Most people that I know that are way ahead, they actually mix both. So how can you do it if you're working a 40-hour-a-week job? Well, think about it. It's just 40 hours a week if you're working full-time. You add some commute time on top of that, you still have some time. Sacrifice your TV time to dedicate towards a business you can work. These days, you can start businesses for less than $300, such as our business, our line of work. Shit, even when it comes to trading, you can start an account with less than $300, right? And it all depends on what kind of energy are you willing to put in, okay? Because what you lack in equity, what you lack money-wise, monetary-wise, okay, you make up for with sweat equity by pouring more energy, all right? As time goes on, something's gonna even out. So let's say you're working at your job, okay, 40 hours a week. Use your lunch breaks. Do what I used to do when I was working a full-time job. Use your lunch breaks to start inviting individuals to just see some information. These days we have Zooms. Back then, all I had was live events that I had to physically go and travel to and bring people to and get people to travel out to, right? These days, we have Zooms. We have web classes, right? This business is mostly online, so there really is no excuse. Use your lunchtime, okay, to set up, all right, individuals to see some information later in the day. Let's say that presentation on Zoom is at 9 o'clock. Let's say you put them onto one of the MLB opportunity calls at 9 o'clock on Zoom. Cool, you did that, all right? Start funneling people to there, right? Now, what are you gonna do at 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock, you could trade with Joey, because most jobs end at 5 o'clock. You could get home and settle in and relax, eat some food, and be ready at 7 o'clock to go on to Joey P. Mattel's trading session on HFX TVX, right? 8 o'clock, you have some time there, okay? Figure something else to do with that. Maybe, put out, do a video like I'm doing right now. As a matter of fact, this video is made on the iPhone. You don't need nothing fancy. Get a little microphone, have another device, record the audio, use your iPhone, right? So you can pour out some content. Content is king. Video marketing is everything if you want to get your message across, right? So now you have your trading out of the way. You now have your marketing out of the way, and you're now building your business at 9 o'clock. Sacrifice TV time, sacrifice television, so you can eventually be put into position to simply tell your vision, right? That's that. Share it with a friend of yours, all right? If you're watching this, most likely it's an unlisted video on YouTube, because I can't show off my Lamborghinis, out for the public to see. But for the squad, this is for you, okay? So share it with one of your accountability partners, and let's get to the bag. As you know, we got these rings to collect. So Chairman 100, 250, 500, 750, you now get a ring when you hit those ranks. So let's go get these Super Bowl rings, these championship rings all together, so that way when the squad pulls up, we're stunning hard on them with all of these rings. All right, let's get it. Let's hit the top of the game together. Peace.